I can't believe I had to walk 2.5 miles to get this far. Places are a lot closer and easier to get to when you're in the vehicle or on a bike, right? Check out this beautiful place. It's going to be a lot brighter come late November, early December, when this place is going to be shrouded in a lot of sunlight, even though it's going to be getting dark at like 3:30, 4 o'clock at that time. Got to get in what we can get in, right? Well, they said they had a couple of technicians that weren't working today. They only had one that was really doing brakes, all that kind of stuff. They had 2 vehicles before mine. Won't be able to get started on it for another 2 to 3 hours, they said. So we're looking at about 1:30, 2 o'clock before they get started on that thing. But they close at 5, so I got till 5 to get back, which means what? I got to be extremely careful how far I go out here, because I have to remember the distance that I go is the same distance I have got to come back. I don't want to be 7 miles away on foot when I have to get back someplace before closing time, you know? I've never been put in a situation like this, but I also never have had to leave the vehicle someplace so I can just take off on foot. You're going to say, but hey, you should have had the mountain bike in the back of the... I know, you're right. Oh, beautiful. Check that out. Swanee Creek is not muddy like it is 95% of the time. Beautiful. The wildlife out here is still dropping in things, you know, the nuts and the seeds and stuff from the trees. Dang, that's tight. I think this might be the first time that I've ever seen the bottom of the creek out here. Ancient river, ancient waterway, ancient flood zone. Surprised I've only passed a couple people, you know. That better not be a doggy poop bag. It is. We're leaving it. They didn't have to make it that big. I guess they made it big for the ones that take the big number 2s, you know. Dang, that's cool. Am I really loved, though? That's what I want to know. Those entities out here a while back in a creek said that I'm not loved. Nobody loves you. Wonder what that was all about. What a gorgeous fall day. I mean, you definitely are going to tell me to be careful how far I go. I mean, if it takes 2 hours to walk back, then I can only be out here for like what? An hour and a half, 2 hours? Because I got to walk all the way back. I didn't bring the mountain bike. I wasn't expecting this. But since they said they're going to basically have to keep the vehicle all day, I just decided to walk on off.
Morning.
Hey, good morning. I'm not going to necessarily call this a waste of day. It's just I can't go back and get those garbage bags that I collected last night. Those 9 garbage bags. And I can't go back to kind of finish up cleaning up the location. At least I get a little bit of a break from that. I was hoping I could take a day or two just to chill in places like this. Find a nice secluded location, somewhere in the woods where no one else goes, and just chill. Hoping that I don't forget what time it is. See, that's the thing about the balance of life, the balance of every moment within your life. Think about this. Yeah, if I did have a mountain bike, I could definitely get back quicker. And I could stay out here longer. But will that be necessary if I had a mountain bike out here? If I had my bike out here, I could probably cover the entire region in less than an hour. And then I would have to try to figure out what else to do with the time. Beautiful. Ain't nothing like these flood zones. Ancient. A lot of ancient things up in here. Well, there's got to be. I don't know that for sure, though. There's no way you can find it. Happy fall. Maybe I can transplant my mind into several different locations during this time that I'm out here. I can't really transplant myself into Panola Mountain. The path doesn't match. It needs to be about 1.5 feet water with a yellow strip, dashed lines in the middle. But I guess I can try to place myself elsewhere that I've been before. Let's hope I truly don't lose my mind, or else it might take me days to get back to the brake shop from that location, you know. Yeah, it's definitely going to be hard to find some privacy out here today. I think I passed at least maybe 15 to 20 people since I got here. A lot of them have strollers. I think everybody's got a dog. I mean, what do you expect? I don't blame them. The dogs like to come out here. They can just keep on going. They can walk and run and play as long as they want to out here. It's like the endless freeway for the little ones, you know? I decided to get off the main path. Hope you like my little trail walking videos. I know they're not much. That's crazy though. I mean, I don't know if you ever noticed this before, but every time like a nut or something falls out of a tree and it hits another branch just right, it could be either due to a squirrel knocking it down or whatever, or anything. But haven't you noticed in the distance, if it hits just right on like a branch or something, it sounds like a gunshot? Have you noticed that before? I mean, there's a lot of things that happen out in nature that resemble something else when it happens just right. I'm not saying that like the gunshots and stuff is good. I mean, I know the hunters will disagree. They will. Because they're the hunters. But there's a lot of things that happen out in the woods, out in the forest of time, out in nature, whatever. It could be around a river, whatever. A lot of things that happen that couldn't easily replicate something else exactly due to the sound of it. I mean, everybody should know that though. Just like some of the time when we catch those EVPs. All the times in my videos. Man, let me go ahead and grab some pictures of that before the light moves too far. That's a masterpiece. I'm gonna do some portraits on that thing. Yeah, that was nice. Beautiful everywhere you look. At least I've only had to pick up one piece of garbage. Look at these poplar leaves, the yellow ones. Just like I told you in many of my videos. One of the places that everybody should visit this time of year, when the leaves are this color, is Little Mulberry Park. They got those giant ancient tulip poplar trees all over the place. The large chunky ones. Imagine sitting under one of those for a full day with these things falling all around you. Bright yellow and gold. Dropping the gold for you to come and find. And they're going to have me looking at everything. Can't believe it's not even 12 noon yet. I don't know if I should be expecting a phone call from the boys over there anyway. I mean, they didn't try to, the guy seemed like he was overwhelmed, you know? I can understand that. But I'm surprised he didn't inspect the vehicle, you know, and try to talk me into more parts and services. So I'm definitely going to have to keep the line open for that just in case I get a phone call from the guys. I mean, most likely he's going to call me and say I need a front rotor. But some of the time, I'm not going to say that they can be quite lazy, but when they're overwhelmed, the last thing they want to do is to add more work, right? I mean, they'll sacrifice a little bit of extra money. Right or left? Let's go left. Well, I just want to head down to the water. I'm a water guy. If that means anything, you know. Got to be careful with these flying discs all over the place. Maybe they need to hit me upside the head with a couple of them so I can wake up 100%. Where's the launcher at when you need it? Thanks for the 209-year-old beech tree out here. Witnessing a lot of things going on out here with all these people coming out to play disc golf. They get introduced to a new game. They're learning. Just like all the other ones out here. Everything records and everything learns. That's why you got to be careful with what you say. Make sure you say positive things. Don't drop the F-bomb, because they will be saying it also. See, here's what I'm talking about right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. The smell that the leaves give off when a certain amount in one location is collected due to all the moisture and all. It's the first time all day walking through the leaves that I've smelled something that smells like dog food. It smells exactly like dog food up in here. But there's not going to be any dog food up here. Why would there be? But it smells like dog food because a lot of people bring out their dogs. And nature records that. They can make any sound like anything that you recognize or that you remember. They can make anything smell like that, anything that you remember. Anything that you've seen in the past. They can combine with many other things to resemble something that you remember from your past. Even 10 minutes ago. I don't know if that's a stamp or what. Maybe somebody just dropped something. It was stapled. Somebody ripped it off. Dang. Beautiful. I'm just trying to beat the time out here. So that's what I'm trying to do, to experience this. Because by the end of next week, 90% of these leaves are going to be falling completely off the trees. And there will be nothing left to witness. But also it's that threat of the rain that comes through this time of year. We definitely need it though. But just one 30-minute rainstorm with a couple of instances of high winds can drop every last leaf in less than 5 minutes. I'm trying to find a shortcut. It's not easy getting across this little tributary, this dry creek. I mean, there's no way you can get across it unless you go all the way up here. There's like a little bridge up here somewhere. Well, there might have been an old bridge out here a long time ago. For vehicles, that is. Old farming vehicles. If that were the case, there would be a pile of rocks all over the place on both sides. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing this if this was wet. You would be slipping. This is not safe. Oh, man. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just going. This is kind of the end of it out here. The main hub. One of the main parking locations. You can't go any further out here. It's just a big circle. I just thought about something though. This is the first time I've ever come out here that hasn't been an after work adventure chill session. Every time I come out here, it's always been at that time. For that one reason. I know, I don't think I've said it yet. Welcome to heaven. See, that's what I'm talking about right here. You didn't hear it because I had the headsets plugged in. It didn't get the frequency. One of the acorns or something dropped on a branch in a particular way. Excuse my sinuses. In a particular way. To make it sound like somebody was switching gears. Now, people do come down here with their mountain bike. They do. Because I ran into a few people before. You know, not technically, but, you know, had to move out of the way. They're doing it. They're doing it. There's a guy right there. But right over here, about 35 seconds ago, right next to the trail behind me when I was coming up here. A tree nut fell on a branch in a particular way that sounded like somebody was switching gears. And it made me stop to turn around because I thought somebody was on their mountain bike. What you know about that? Always recording, aren't you? Man, this place is legit when it comes to the light. I'm so glad I was able to come out and do this thing. Even though I have to stay focused on the time that I'm going to be out here. So I don't overstay my welcome. And I don't have to Uber back to the break place. I mean, technically though, I would definitely not want to be riding through this place on a mountain bike too quickly. Because I don't want to miss anything. No one's been down here yet. How do I know that? Because I just went through 2 spider webs that were chest high. You know, like the lasers in Metal Gear Solid? Would you look at that? Ain't nothing like the waters of eternity. Had no idea I was going to be able to see the bottom of Swanee Creek. I know I wouldn't be standing here if this was wet. See how deep it is? I mean, that's definitely up to the chest, probably up to the neck. Seriously though, I don't know if you could find artifacts in this. I'm yet to see a rock. And I don't even know if the natives are really out here. I mean, because if this was an ancient river, like some kind of ancient lake or something, hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, which I believe that it was, because this whole place is a flood zone. The full length of Swanee Creek is nothing but a flood zone, just like the Big Creek Greenway. They're both exactly the same. Nothing but sand and low-lying areas. I mean, you could probably find a couple of not gravel bars, but pebble bars with the tiny pebbles and stuff, like the coarse grit sand and all. You might be lucky enough to find a couple of those places. And I mean a couple. Definitely had to get some masterpiece images for real. Everything in nature is a masterpiece, no matter how much you believe or what you think about it. It gets every ounce of my respect. Just chilling amongst the triangles out here and all the other symbols that people fail to notice and recognize. chill zone where no one else goes. I wanted to try something though. When it came to this ancient waterway, when it comes to the waters. But the banks are too steep. They're just literally straight up and down. I told you that many times before. It's straight up and down. I wanted to get close to the waters, like not in it because I don't have my creek walking shoes on or anything like that. I wanted to try something though. You're going to say, don't do what you're about to do. Well, what do you think I'm about to do? Write something into the future? No. Just try to do something, that's it. But I gotta have something long enough to reach into the waters where it can reach the silt. Let me try to find something manageable. Talk about a chill zone. Extremely deep. I think I'll sit down in this heavenly zone, even though it's right next to one of the main trails down here. Not really getting away from it all, but away enough. Hey, it's a busted frisbee. Would you look at that? Or is it a destroyed frisbee? A disc. Let's not call it a frisbee, they might get offended. The discs for disc golf and frisbees are different things, basically. Beautiful. So you'll get a little bit out here when it comes to the sandbars, but that's going to be it. Things out here have a tendency not to move. I mean, there's trees and logs that have been out here for 7 years. Like that one. Well, that's because when the waters get high, it floods the flood zone. And basically water just comes to a complete stop. It creates a giant lake. And nothing else can move around. Let's see what we got going on over here in this place. Got to be careful. Wouldn't be doing this thing in the summertime. Nice chill zone though. It's barely even 1 o'clock. I have till 3 o'clock to get out of here. Oh, look, we got a little friend right here. Check this out. What's up, little turtle? How you doing out here on this beautiful Sunday? Let's do a health check. Make sure they're still with us. Most likely they are. Oh yeah, they're moving. They're moving. They shut the door on us. Coochie coochie coo. Yeah, they're chilling. Be careful out here because when those floodwaters get high, they're going to take you out of here. They're going to sandwich you up against something else. What's up, Joro? You got this place on lockdown. I'm not going to be able to get through. What the heck am I doing out here? Dang, these Joro spiders are all over the place. At least I made it someplace today. The heck is that supposed to mean? I know what you guys want me to do. You want me to try to cross this tree right here. Looks like it was just pulled down within the past 5 or 6 months, which means it's not completely rotted away. I mean, it's easy for a wildlife to cross. I mean, I see their feces on top of the log right here. Beautiful out here, though. Time to chill. For how long, I don't know. Welcome to heaven. No, I'm not going to cross the log. I'm just coming over here to sit in the sun, to chill, and try not to fall in. Man, you guys crazy. It's like a maze up in this place with all the privet hedges. They make it kind of hard to get around though. I'm just exploring before I have to get on out of here. 2:15 just about. Got to keep a lookout for the long ones if they're going to be out this time of year. Beautiful. Had to unplug the headsets. No use to have those things plugged in when I'm doing something like this. You're going to say you should have had them unplugged when you're walking through the leaves over there in the park space. Well, we're still in the park space. Just a different side of it. Not doing anything much, just exploring. Slowly, that is. It's hard to try to get around this thing. Got to get down low up in this thing. Well, I guess I am looking for something. Truth, answers, signs. It's Sunday and it's heavenly out here. They always run me into something. Even when I'm not looking for something, they run me right into something that's important that we need to take note of. I wonder if today's going to be another one of those days, because it's like that every single Sunday. Why, I don't know. It could be anything, but it's going to be significant. It doesn't have to be historic. It can be an object, could be a sign, could be a symbol. I just haven't found it yet. And yes, by the way, I'm always looking because I know what I'm looking for. But what is it about Sundays, though? I mean, I just end up in the dangest places. I mean, I'm going through all this, and you know there's nothing really out here except nature itself. But they always guide me to something. I gotta find it. And I don't know if today is going to be the day, since I gotta get out of here really soon. See, this is why you always have to look. I almost stepped on their head. Poor guy. Beautiful. Everything is awesome out here. I'm having a blast. And as you know, I don't want to go. do they got me doing out here, though? You're probably wanting to know the same, too. A lot of times I'm too tall for these places. It's that balance of life. I'm too tall to get around, and the back is too sore and too broke down just to bend down. So it causes me to go a different route, which opens the door to different experiences in places like this. Hope you understand what I'm talking about when I say stuff like that. I mean, go out and try it yourself. Any size you are, any weight, girth, whatever, how skinny you are, what you're afraid of, what you're not, what you love, what you don't. You just walk through heavenly places and you will find your way. You know, when you try to be adventurous, that is, you'll find the right balance within it. And it will definitely help balance your life. I know that for a fact. You can't always just stick it to the trail. $2:45, dang it. Crap, we're already back to the main trail. You're gonna say, but that's perfect timing. Kind of, but you know me, I like to stay out till dark. I know. Hey, wait, hold on. If they close at 5 and they're done with my vehicle by 4, which I was predicting, I can go someplace else. I mean, who says I gotta go straight home? Even though it's getting dark at 6:54. Well, I'm headed back to get the vehicle. And then I'm headed straight home. Well, they just called. Just to let me know that they don't have the time to get to my vehicle today. Because the vehicle in front of mine that they're working on, it turned out to be a much bigger ordeal. I don't know what to do now when it comes to those brakes. I can't drive the vehicle anymore. There's no way I could drive the vehicle. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Sit at the house all day? I mean, all week? It's completely undrivable. I mean, it's completely metal on metal on the front left. At the moment, I'm not the happiest person. I gotta walk all the way back to get a vehicle that's not even fixed. I'm going to have to do that thing myself. A long walk back for nothing.